All right, everybody, we're going to get this show started. It started tonight. Yeah, you're muted. So tonight's words, John. No, tonight's words are Dix, Prague, and Relentless. Dix, Prague, and Relentless. He's going to make a note, and we're going to get fired up here. Dix, Prague, and Relentless.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the show you never knew you were waiting for. Brought to you live at one time from a basement located somewhere in the Midwest. Digital Barnyard presents The Digression.
So, I don't really remember how I ended up on the boat. I don't.
Okay.
I have no fucking clue. I mean, I don't remember. I mean, I may have been drinking. That happened.
Probably.
That happened a lot back in, it was the 80s.
It was the 80s.
No, the 80s were cool, man, because you could get away with a lot more. You didn't have any of this Me Too nonsense.
That's right.
No. Actually, because of a lot of the things that went on during the 80s, during that Me Too shit is what made the Me Too now.
There was no political correctness in the 80s. Or there was. It's just a different form.
Yeah,
right?
but now they're paying for it.
Okay.
Do you think they're going all the way back to it with Mr. Weinstein? Why am I fucking digressing already?
I don't know. You have a story to tell.
So I'm on this boat, and I end up, of all places, Prague.
Oh.
You know, and it's crazy, right? And I meet this Italian guy, right? And he keeps wanting to sell me the fucking puzzle box, right? The guy's fucking relentless. He just won't leave me alone. He won't leave me alone. He won't leave me alone. It's like, you know, I'm just fucking getting all pissed off. I'm in Prague. I'm hungover like fuck. This guy wants to sell me a fucking puzzle box, you know, and I just eventually just told him to go eat a big bag of dicks. And
nice. And nicely done. I like it.
he left me alone after that.
That's extra credit if you use the word dicks in bag of dicks.
Bag o' dicks.
Bag o' dicks. Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Everybody, welcome.
Welcome.
Come
we missed you.
Round.
It's been a week.
He missed you. I was indifferent.
He's in fact, he's indifferent man. That's his superpower.
That is my superpower.
Indifferent man.
There's people dying.
Okay.
You know, they can live or die. I mean, it's
Aren't you going to save them? You know, I might not. You know.
You know, I'll give it some good thought.
You think of me as like Schrodinger's hero.
Nice.
I'm both a hero and not a hero at the same time.
If I help them, then they're going to be alive and dead, and it's just...
It's so confusing. It's frustrating. Next thing you know, people don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
So let's go get pizza and just let what happens happen.
Yeah, and then we'll deal with it later.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, maybe we'll get Time Man to help us by rolling back the clock or something. It's a stupid superhero name, but he insists on being Time Man.
And you don't want to piss the guy off because he controls all fucking time.
Yeah, because you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know that he was fucking. Because suddenly you're like, you know, lying in an alley with a can of corn in your ass. You know, and you're like, okay, how did this happen?
And you'll know it's Time Man then.
It's like Time Man.
You
Time
motherfucker,
Man?
really? It's
no. Actually, you would know how it happened. You wouldn't know the other timeline. He's a dick. So you couldn't even prove it.
You could just assume he's been fucking with you for ages.
Yeah.
But he will never admit it. Yeah.
It's something to do with the corn. I don't know what it is.
He's just a big fan.
He's just a big fan of the big can of corn. Big fan of the big can. What have you been up to?
I got a new job, so I've been up to that. And then I've been playing some World of Warcraft, which is, always a good decision for a single man in his 30s.
Yes.
So, yeah. I've been doing
but
that.
you don't live in a basement. And you don't live in your mom's house.
I do not.
Because if you lived in your mom's house and in the basement, neckbeard.
Which, no beard on the neck. The beard is in the proper places.
No, you got the new job. You also have air conditioning.
Yeah, I haven't had air conditioning for almost 3 weeks, and we got air conditioning now, and it's fucking glorious.
I know, but now the heat kind of broke a little bit, just a little, kind of.
I'm aware of the heat outside.
It's kind of funny.
Fucking dick. Why don't you pinky out your LaCroix? Everybody, look, he's drinking a LaCroix. Isn't he white? He's as white as they white. He's the whiter than the whites.
It's nasty shit, too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
it's
like
the flavor.
LaCroix.
This is left over.
Oh.
Christine left this one. It's coconut infused.
Tropical storm.
Tropical storm, Christine.
Or tropical depression.
Tropical depression.
What have you been up to? Tell the people.
Oh, God, man. I've been fucking all over the place.
You've been fucking all over the place.
No, not like fucking all over the place. That was the 80s.
Oh.
Nope, been working on, got a launch date. We were going to set something up tonight for the trailer, but we didn't because we're dumb.
Oh, no, we can get out there. Is it out on the net?
It's in my Dropbox.
Oh, fuck.
Dropbox.
Well, you're going to have to...
Which it should be synced up to this.
Yeah, I turned it... Oh, is it now? Okay. Well,
yeah.
you tell us about your life. I will get that throughout the program.
Like I said, I've been working on the book, getting ready for August 1 launch date, getting a little tweet bot going with a friend of mine to do some cool stuff.
What do you plan on doing with the tweet bot? Tell the peoples? Or do you want it to be a surprise?
No, it's not really anything for the people. It's more for me. No, the tweet bot basically, it's in, it should be in, I have writing on there, right? Apostrophe writing?
What?
Apostrophe writing?
No.
Or towards the top? It should be like the fourth one down.
No, not in there.
Is it sorted by name?
By name, yeah. It's sorted by name. I'm so sorry.
Serious?
Yeah, not there. I'll turn it on and see if we can get the sync, and it'll probably crash the stream.
No, but if you turn it on real quick and then just hit the globe.
Okay.
We're doing this on the air because that's how we fucking roll, man.
Yeah, deal with it, fuckers.
Yeah, because paying junkies and shit, right? And fucking marmosets.
Yeah, marmosets. Outside of your book, what have you been doing?
I've been working on the. We got the Twitter bot. Oh, you were asking what the Twitter bot does. The Twitter bot will be basically doing some retweeting for me. I've got it so that it's watching.
It's watching.
It people knows. That I follow, and as they tweet stuff, and once it gets a certain number of retweets, then my bot will retweet it, and then it'll look at Emger every once in a while and say, "Hey, look at this viral post." Shoot that out, and then I've got a bunch of predefined tweets and stuff it'll do.
So, in other words, it'll take some of the the burden off of you to keep the marketing out there in the Twitter realm.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Oh, you're having some problems here. Let's go over to you so they can watch you struggle. Oh, damn!
Struggle bus has stopped.
He fixed the fucking thing right as I moved the camera to you. But you're
been
also
learning lock picking.
Yes, that's cool. Tell them about that.
I like puzzles. I'm a puzzle junkie. I just like puzzles, and locks are very puzzly. And so that in mind, I've been learning lock picking. I got a lock pick set. It's been pretty interesting, and I think I'm kind of a natural because, like, you know, I've gotten through my first master lock, and
which is fucking impressive. And you're like, yeah, it's probably one of the easier locks, and I didn't realize that because master lock, their name says they're a fucking master lock, and
right.
Apparently they're not. So.
No, they're not.
Okay.
And in fact, this one guy I follow, Bosnian locksmith dude, something like that.
Bosnian locksmith dude.
It's funny, he's got Bosnian in the name, but when you hear him talk, he doesn't have an accent at all. So,
we've got a funny thing up here from Nate. I waited all day. I have to know why you were live at 10 a.m. and had a shot of your crotch.
It was not a shot of my crotch. It was like a shot of my leg.
That was John over here playing around with the new software we might be using on this. And he went live.
And it wasn't 10 a.m.
It was a shot of his crotch.
Probably closer to 1. So, yeah, get your time right, Mr.
1 a.m.?
Time guy. 1 p.m., sorry. Time. So I'm getting my right time guy, too. I'm
going to talk to the Department of Time, and we're going to have a discussion with you about your time.
Or Time Man.
Time Man, that's right. So, and you've also been doing like that little special project, right?
Yeah, I've been working on...
it's on you. The camera's on you, so I wouldn't show that live on camera.
Nothing's being shown live.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Nothing's being shown live at all.
Hey, I have a puzzle for you. You might want to turn it down, too. I don't know. That might be a good fucking idea, you
just
fucking
playing
idiot.
Classical music.
So what he likes to do, look at this man's face. I'm going to talk while the camera's on him. This is intentional. What he likes to do is take porn clips and play them to me while we're doing this. And this is one that's live right now. This is a solo act. I mean, I could give you the play-by-play, but we'd probably get knocked off the air.
I think they call it Yellow Pages.
Yeah, I suppose it would be the Yellow Pages.
Let your fingers do the walking.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a puzzle for you. Where should it be? Yeah, that's a good pause spot.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So what folder is it in? Your intro, because we want to show the people the intro.
Okay, are you in writing?
I'm in writing.
Go to audio. Go to current.
He's saying there's definitely crotch, and what we just saw, there was definitely crotch there too. So what was it? Current?
Yeah, it should be towards the top.
I don't see current in here.
What do you have at the top?
I have projects.
Sorry, projects. And then current. I thought you were...
We're all going to learn his sorting.
Go into projects and then...
Algorithms. What is it?
Current.
There's no current in here. There's Blood and Moonlight. Oh, there's current at the top with a tilde.
That's
with a tilde. Oh, that's not a tilde. That's an apostrophe.
And you should have a Blood Moonlight in here.
I have a Blood Moonlight RW.
Yep.
What's that stand for? What's RW?
Rewrite.
Rewrite. Oh, yeah, that's right. It was a rewrite.
And then audiobook.
And then audiobook.
And then scroll down to trailer.
There's a trailer in here. Okay, there's a trailer.
And then
trailer.
Final. Is there something? Finals. Yeah.
There's one called Poop Shoot. There's literally, hold on now. We're going back. There's a folder in here called Poop Shoot. That must be where you throw the shit that you don't want?
Just the
God damn it, dude. You are a place of fun times.
Chaos. No, what did it say today? What was that thing that I sent you?
Swallow a pill with no water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here I could read this. That's pretty. It explains John, and then we're gonna debut the trailer on here because that's cool with you.
Yeah, because Aaron, there's definitely crotch.
There's definitely
Aaron is all. I take midday pills and I just pop and swallow.
Yeah, and I'm just like, really, you don't?
Nope. I just don't need.
I always need water around. I don't like it getting stuck in my throat.
Yeah.
You just down those things like a champ. So people who he texts me this at 12:43 a.m. By the way, I'm long asleep.
I'm very important.
Okay. People who dry swallow pills carry a terrifying amount of chaotic energy and should not be fucked with under any circumstances whatsoever. That's very true.
And given the chaos,
and somebody else tweeted this.
Yeah, some other person.
Oh, F Thought Fitzgerald.
F Thought.
Thought.
That's punny.
See what they did there.
That is very punny.
It's punny and Lithby.
All
right. So the one I want here. Which one do I want? Sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
Whatever the latest is.
They're both. This is number 2, so we'll do this one.
2, yes, 2 mints in one.
Let me download that.
That used to be what they'd say
Double
for
mint?
certs.
Oh, the certs.
Certs. Now with Retsin. And they'd sell it, and they always had this big drop of something.
Retsin.
You never find out. But, some magic breath protector shit.
Where did this fucking thing go?
Oh, you got to download
up here. It's up here. Oh, is that what I have to do? I have to download it, John?
Yeah, hey,
I'm
sorry. I'm the one who have to fucking give you fucking Dropbox lessons.
Fucking Christ.
Mr. Potato Head over
I
here.
I didn't know that's what you had to do. Okay.
Ooh.
So I think they're going to hear that. I
think they'll hear that too if we're hearing it.
Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the debut trailer.
That's how the penis works.
Of John. That is how the penis works. Any famous last words before we release this to the hounds?
Yep, you're on your own.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to mute ourselves. Enjoy the debut trailer.
I did not ask to be Frankenstein's monster. Yet here we are. They say that history is written by the winners. And though I do not consider Mary Shelley a winner, she has been the curator of my history. Until now. When Mary handed me over to Victor Frankenstein for one of his experiments, she assumed he would fail. Yes, about that. They called me monster. No, I was wrath.
Ooh, it's trying to play a gun on me. I'm just going to... Wow.
Stopping that.
That's cool.
We don't
I
play
like
that
it.
shit.
John, he did that all by his lonesome.
Well, I had some help. You kind of helped a bit.
I didn't do much with that one. Could you hear that? I hope you could, because that's the first time I tried to play audio there. It was weird seeing Mike and the desktop audio bounce for some dumb reason.
Yeah, I think everybody heard it. Yes.
Yes, he could hear. All right, great. That is a
Sweet.
trailer for the man's book. Now, tell me, have you ever seen a fucking trailer like that for a book before? Because I have not. I've never seen anybody do that.
Nope.
I've seen Foley work and
I've seen them do where they tried it, like some of the stuff I wanted to do with man, but then I see everybody else is doing it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's kind of not going to do that.
So it was one of those instances where you came up with the idea on your own, and then you didn't tell anybody about it, and you see other people doing it, going, "Fuck,
Yep.
I had my chance."
Had my chance. Hey, I'm going to be doing a rewrite of Man as well. I've got that going through Copy Edit right now because I'm going to be re-releasing it in hardcover. Because right now
crazy.
I just have softcover, so I'm going to re-release it in
Mr.
hardcover.
Man, nice.
Mr. Man.
So you're having the same editor look through it and make sure
Yes.
everything's good?
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, the audiobook's just going to be still the audiobook. I mean, but
Got it.
the re-release will be hardcover only. But I know Audible, or not Audible, but Amazon or CreateSpace would let me put a new what do you call it, manuscript in, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm just going to do it with Ingram. It's easier.
Gotcha.
Chicks dig it.
And just to remind people, that comes out the 1st of August,
Blood
2018.
Moonlight.
Blood Moonlight. Not Man. Sorry, Blood Moonlight
Man.
comes out the 1st
But you
of
should
August.
go check out Man too. It's on Amazon. You know, Mr. Man by John Byron. 2 N's and Man.
If you're not into reading, go on
There's an
Audible and listen to it,
Audiobook there too.
which is cool. I mean,
Which is funny because I think I sold maybe a couple hundred copies of the physical book, but I sold 4,000 copies of the audiobook.
Damn.
What does that tell you?
Oh, yeah. That's the culture.
That is the culture. And it's not cultural appropriation. So, because we don't do that here. Right?
Yeah, we do.
Do we?
Everywhere.
When do we start that?
I don't know. I got a dot on right here.
Uh,
Just cuz.
Not a feather?
Not a feather, a dot, yeah.
Dot. You got it?
Just cuz. I just wanted to appropriate.
Okay. Is it the red dot? Is it they have different colored dots. I think there's like a blue one, like a red one.
Well,
one of them is if you're
it's-
like a virgin. Is that the one you have?
No, not at all, but I appreciate that. No, mine was like sensei. Like
Sensei.
Master of arms.
Oh, like Cobra Kai kind of stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Have you watched that?
You mean the YouTube thing? No, I have not, but I saw, what's his name? Ralph Macchio's in it.
Yeah, and what's his name
the
from
other guy.
Cobra Kai?
Yeah. No, have you watched it?
I have not, but I probably should, just so I can say culturally erect.
Culturally erect?
It's my own term. I just came up with that.
That's great. I like that. That's really
You don't want
good.
to stay up to date.
Yeah.
You want to say culturally
I
erect.
want to be culturally erect.
It works. It's kind of bizarre and strange.
It's good. And it floats just kind of right off the tongue.
Unlike hope.
What's wrong with hope?
Hope doesn't float in some places.
Like what places would hope not float?
Well, it was just a thing I texted
Like the
out
Middle East or
tweeted.
something? Or
Well, you would think, nope, it's not, because it's on a continent. It's not like an island.
what's that?
The Middle East.
Oh,
we were
okay.
watching.
What the fuck?
We were watching Jimmy Kimmel the other day, and he had a man on the street thing where it's like they had a map of the world, and like, can you point out a country? And people would be like, Africa. Nope, that's a continent. Oh. There were people who couldn't even point out the fucking United States. Now, to their defense, I'm not that good with geography as well as far as recognition. I mean, I've got a general idea where a lot of stuff is, but for the most part, you know, and then we paused it, and then Brenda and I are like, I'm like, what's this? What's this? What's this? You know, and Brenda, she's pretty good. And we're about the same, because I could say, bam, this is Australia. I said, I fucking know Madagascar from playing those goddamn plague games.
Yeah, that's
Because you gotta get Madagascar infected, man, because they close their fucking ports quick. So you gotta infect the shit out of that place.
And I think that the key there was there were only 2 ports with them, right? There was only 2 fly zones in for Madagascar. One of the 2. That's why you wanted them infected first, because they close their ports down, and there's only 1 in anyway.
Yeah. So but you know what's funny is even with some of those games, if you start there, you think, oh, I'll just start there, man. Fuck them. And then fuck them. But sometimes they'll close the ports then too. So it's like maybe
they're a careful bunch, those Madagascarians.
Yes. Is that sounds right?
I don't think so.
Because would it be Madagascans or Maddies?
Let's go with Maddies. I like that because
I
it
like
sounds
Maddies.
derogatory in a weird way.
You fucking Maddie.
Yeah, fucking Maddie.
That's how the New Zealanders
Who the fuck are you?
would reply to them.
Oh.
You notice New Zealand kind of looks like Japan, but it's nothing like it.
You mean like an island shape? Because
Kind
the
of a
people
crescent.
are nothing like it in
Kind of a
culture.
crescent. No, so I mean, it's kind of, they both have the crescent-shaped little island. The parentheses. Did you hear them?
I
Around
did.
the S.
The parentheses are on the S. I think there are multiple islands.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're
Island.
right. So why did you have to put the?
'Cause you put
it in
the
parentheses.
parentheses.
That's if you're confused.
No. You put the S in parentheses. So you're saying, you know, New Zealand. You know, the island New Zealand in an island, because they have lots of little islands. But you're talking about New Zealand proper. But you still want to make sure that everybody else gets a hug too. That's why you put the parentheses around and go, we love you too.
I think there's too much hugging happening now.
Is this a hug?
And I like hugging,
Well,
but it's just I think there's too much hugging for everybody going around right now.
You think?
Yeah.
What
I
about
do.
fist bumping?
Well, there's nothing wrong with
Do you
fist
think
bumping.
there's too much of that, or do you think
No.
there's just enough?
There's probably enough.
All right. Is the "don't leave me hanging" thing, is that still legit too? Like if you put it out there and somebody misses it or they don't do it, and say, "Yo, don't leave me hanging, bro."
Well, it's a great awkward moment, but
It
other
is,
than that, it's just
because
it's not,
they got to walk back like 12 feet.
Or the best one is the letting you hang with the high five. And just kind of, a lot of people try to like play it off.
You know
or just
what?
Like, okay.
I'd rather have a missed or have someone not hit the high five than have a missed high five.
Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing too, but at least it's joint embarrassment and not just single.
Yeah, you
embarrassment.
both have little
Yeah.
nicks at that point.
Yeah, exactly. So,
At least that's what I
Got
read
that.
in a book.
speaking of embarrassing, I don't know if did you watch what happened over in the Helsinki region this
That was
last weekend?
painful. That was painful to watch.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing as a American.
We had our commander-in-chief head over to Helsinki to meet up with the commander-in-chief of Russia, and it was
interesting.
interesting.
And Nate, now I know you're a loyal Trump supporter, if I remember right. Judging by some of the things I've seen on Facebook, what's your take on what happened over there in Helsinki with Putin and all that? I'd really like to hear that. I'm actually genuinely interested.
I know a lot of the people who support Trump are kind of like, what are you doing?
There have been some who have just kind of backed away.
Yeah, they were not happy with how that went down. He basically, he's rub up against me, cat. He basically fell flat on his face, and somehow Putin's cock went right in his mouth.
I don't get it.
It's interesting.
I don't get the state of today's politics at all.
Well, and here's the crazy part. So after he went out there and he said, why would Russia would have no reason to meddle with our elections and so on and so forth?
No. He said, why would they? Or no, why would we believe?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I don't have the exact context.
Well, basically, that's kind of what he said. And then today, he comes out and said, you know what? Now that he's no longer next to Putin in Helsinki, he's back on American soil. He comes out and I misspoke yesterday. I meant to say they wouldn't. Yeah, wouldn't.
Why wouldn't?
Instead of
Why
would,
wouldn't
or
we think
vice
they
versa,
did?
whatever.
That was it. Why wouldn't
that
we?
was his fucking defense for that entire embarrassment.
I did
like
not,
a lot of people who backed him ran away.
I didn't understand that. That because there had to be more than one set of eyes, unless it was like they're like here's just read this verbatim and it'll be all good. And then he's like, no, I have a better idea. I'm just gonna say I meant to say wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I said I would. And that's I meant to say that. And I didn't say that.
Because he knows he can get away with it. That's the fucked up part. Like, we were just looking at each other going, what in the fuck?
What has just happened?
Yeah, like, what?
Why is
how
this
is this? How is this? I'm not, but my question is, he's not a Trump guy.
I thought
I'm
you
not,
were.
My question is, why did he, what he did any different than any of the last presidents who have been friendly to Putin?
Okay, you know what?
Yeah, this is different.
No, that is Nate. Your response is valid, right?
Yep.
In that, all the presidents, there's nothing but dirt in Hollywood.
Yep, the other presidents were not as
Washington.
outspoken as Trump was against Russia and about doing all these things.
There is that.
And then he goes over there and cowers in a corner.
I've talked to a few actual Trump supporters as of late, and Nate, I got nothing but love for you when I say this. Okay, so I'm not attacking you, but I'm really sick of that being the response from. I've heard it from about four different people that, well, other presidents did. Yes, they did. And if it was bad enough, they were called out for it.
And fair enough, though, they didn't get the scrutiny that he gets. I get it.
Yes.
But he was also
he
really
also brings that
fucking
scrutiny.
outspoken.
He invites that scrutiny on
Of course he does.
himself by.
Of course he does. And they weren't meddling with our elections back then. We can prove it now.
Yeah, I don't think
I
don't think we've been in a situation where there's been so much so fast going on from a particular cabinet like we see with Trump's presidency. I mean, there's so much going on that it begs the question of how the hell can he get anything done when he's constantly having these faux pas, and then he'll have these little faux pas, and then he'll fix that, and then he'll have another faux pas, then he has to fix that, and in between he's trying to do these little things, right? But it's just nonstop. I mean, every time we turn around, there's another thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not that kind of guy who hates a pilot so much that I want him to crash the plane even if I'm on it. I don't want that to happen.
I want him to succeed.
I want him to succeed. I want him to be a successful president, because the last fucking thing I want is Pence being president.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some Handmaid's Tale shit right there.
I'll take it further. The last thing I want is a president. I think it's stupid to have a president.
What should we have?
I think we should have a group of 12 to whatever, 14.
Ooh.
They are elected, and there is no one person that runs the fucking thing. Plain and simple. There's not. We may send a representative over to countries, like about one of our more diplomatic ones, or one that's going to be real stern when they go and meet with Putin. Instead of
are you
this
talking about
fucking
something like
bumbling
what Britain does, where they have a prime minister?
Yeah, but then they have.
They have their own
Britain
shit.
has the good.
I'm just talking about
But the king and queen bullshit is just
that's
the dumbest
just,
shit of all time.
But that's just ceremonial anymore.
Yeah, and
I mean, there's really they don't. What do they really do?
There is no place for that in politics.
That's why I think it's all ceremonial. I think in fact, I'd be willing to bet that after Queen Elizabeth dies and Prince Philip,
No idea.
that's a husband.
No idea.
I think once they die and once that generation has moved on, I don't think we'll see as much. I don't think it'll be as important because it's. I think we hang on to it right now because, well, Queen Elizabeth, she's been there forever.
Yeah.
You know, it's
She's
just
on the money.
She's what?
She's on the money.
She's on the money.
She's on the monies.
She's on the monies. She's been in the WC for a long time.
Yes.
Well, she's old.
She's old.
They could be incontinent from sometimes.
She may have died on the pot.
But so you're not. But that's interesting. I thought for some odd reason, judging by some of the Facebook posts, I thought you were a supporter. I'm sorry.
Maybe you're more like Republican, but not really supportive of him. Because
I'm not Republican or Democrat. I'm more.
I love you too, but
the Clintons were pieces of shit, man.
Did the Clintons not have deep ties to the Russians? How much of our uranium did they sell them? Also, there is no way he could have met with him where the left would have been. Okay.
No,
okay, I got you. No.
Yeah.
And do not take this.
No.
As us
This is
defending
actually
the
really
Clintons.
cool. This is really cool that Nate is coming up with what he's coming up with because he just came up with my second most tired response. And like, it always goes back to other presidents did this, the Clintons did this, or we sold uranium. And you know what? All that is very correct from a derivative standpoint. And I say derivative because I just know what the news tells me. Do you know what I'm saying? It's so everything I know, everything you know, it's
you
all,
and I. We can't prove
it's
we
all
weren't
derivative.
there watching the uranium. I gotcha.
But you know, knowing how dirty the fucking Clintons were / are, I'd have no doubts that it happened. And even Obama. I mean, with the uranium, I don't doubt that it happened. But what I would like to have. A conversation I'd like to have with some of the antics we see from the current president is an actual conversation without pre-recorded answers, because I think it gets back to the derivative response, because those three things coming from people who get in the debate, that's like the lockstep answers. And yes, that happened, but I don't want to talk about. I'm not comparing dicks. I'm saying this is happening.
But that's what Trump. That's the fucking seat he's in. He always compares dicks.
I
That's
know.
what it is. And all the people who back him, not all of them, but a lot of them, they like that about him. They like the comparing dicks thing. Whenever they bring something up, it's always about Hillary Clinton all of a sudden, or how
And don't get me
Obama
wrong.
fucked the country over.
Hillary Clinton is an evil bitch, and fucking Bill Clinton, he's just a lascivious bastard. You know, I mean, they're not good people.
Yeah.
You know, we know that.
Look, how do you think Trump got in there? It's because fucking nobody wanted to vote for Hillary. Even I went in there. I fucking voted independent because I'm like, fuck this. I'm not voting for these fucking clowns.
Same thing. And but you don't want to talk too much about the Clintons because you never know what can happen. You know?
Oh, you might trip and fall, and how do you put it?
Yeah, suicide by 2 shotgun blasts to the head.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they got to Bourdain.
Is that really what people are saying now, that they got to fucking Anthony Bourdain?
What they're have you seen I forget the magazine, but there's a Populo. I think that's what the magazine's called. But they did an interview with Bourdain in February, and it's a very scathing interview where he did not have much nice to say about Clinton's, Trump, Obama. I mean, he was just vicious. I mean, he said some dark shit about the fucking Clintons. So then next thing you know, he commits suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we had a girlfriend. He had a life. He had just signed a new contract. He was rolling in the money and everything was good. And then he said
How did he kill himself, by the way? By what means?
He hung himself.
He hung himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it seems weird because usually, you know, the Clinton people kill themselves with 2 shotgun blasts to the back of the head.
Yeah.
You know, how do they do that? You think that some of them must be like a circus performer earlier in their life or something?
Well, 2 guns at the same time.
Oh, no, but it's the back of the head. So you're going to have to really get contortion-y and stuff.
You can do it.
Like that Nadia Comaneci.
It's in the server.
The server with the 33,000 emails?
Yeah.
I mean, more of a libertarian. You know what?
That's cool. I respect that.
I respect that because Let's see. That would have been, who was it who ran in the
Gary Johnson.
80s? Ross Perot.
Yeah, he almost won.
He almost won. And then
It was like 92, I think.
I always thought that was strange
90.
that he's really gaining momentum, right? Back then. No, it was late 80s, actually. He's gaining momentum, and it looks like he could be a contender. And then he drops out for a little spell.
And then he came back.
He came back, but
There.
he dropped out because he said that there were threats against his daughter, is what he said. And then he came back, and obviously there's no fucking... It was a waste of money. It was ridiculous for him to come back because it was just a waste of money at that point because there's no fucking way you could catch up. I mean, it was like... Because that was Bill Clinton and Bush, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Bush, Gore, and Clinton...
That would have been Clinton.
Lieberman? No, not Lieberman.
I don't know.
No, wait. No, that was... I don't fucking remember. Or was it Gore? Because remember Gore?
No, Gore was with Clinton.
No,
He
Gore was with Clinton, but then Gore ran
against a Bush.
a Bush.
Yeah, Bush W.
ran
He ran
against
against
a
W.
Bush.
Remember the recounts and all that
W.
shit?
Oh, yeah,
Running
Hanging
close,
Chad,
the
Hanging Chad.
Dimpled Chad, Hanging Chad.
I always had some pretty good... You know, when I saw Hanging Chad, I thought you could do a rebus with just a guy hanging with a T-shirt that said Chad
yeah.
on it, and then but you have to guess what the reference is.
Or and then the other one could just be a Chad next to him. It's has dimples.
Yeah,
Be a dimple
but
Chad.
I don't think a lot of people will get that nowadays.
Not anymore. No.
Oh,
Absolutely
hey,
not.
we need to get with Mr. Scott, by the way, as far as the little rebus game, card game thing, you know. We got to talk to him because we were talking to him. We got an idea for a game. Okay, I got an idea for a game. And I always drag Aaron in on my
It's a true story.
hijinks because
I just want to go home and play World of Warcraft.
you know what? The guy needs an enema. And I'm the enema. God damn it. I'm just trying to help.
Go on.
Just trying to... Well, you got to get out. You got to get out of that fishbowl. You got to get out of that comfort zone. And I think that's why I was introduced into your life. It's so chaos.
To break all the fish bowls. I have no glass anymore because you threatened to shove it up my ass.
Well,
so,
you do. It's just all broken on the floor.
So this game, the Scott,
Yeah.
he wants to make it.
He wants to talk. He'd
Nice.
like to talk about it, and I think it could be fun. It'd be a party game thingy that we're not going to talk about because I know
You're going to steal our fucking idea. You already
Yeah.
gave it away with Rebus and card game.
Yeah, but they don't know exactly what we're doing with the rebus, and a good portion of today's generation doesn't know what a fucking rebus is.
Sure.
Let alone would they take the time to look it up, and all they'd have to go.
How about this? I'll give you a hint. There's one in the paper. Every day there's one in the paper. But I bet you can't find it.
Dee, 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 dee,
So the
dee,
paper is
dee.
this
Do you
thing
remember-
written on paper.
Do you remember? Did you ever watch the show Concentration? It was a game.
I did not.
Concentration was basically a, everybody would play, and there'd be like money. You'd answer questions, and then you would get like these tabs, and you'd flip the tabs, and you had to match the. It was like.
I
you had-
understand.
you
Like
had
a
to-
memory match.
memory
thing.
match, yeah. And so once as you'd flip it over, you would reveal the rebus, and then it's kind of like Wheel of Fortune-y thingies. And I loved that game. That was one of my favorite because I always loved rebuses, man. Even when I was a little kid, I remember not even being old enough to really read, but I'd see that stuff and it made perfect sense. It'd be like
You weren't old enough to reeb. You were old enough to reeb.
I was a reaver.
Yeah, you were reeb.
Not a reaver as in Serenity, or Firefly, depending on your cult status. And I'm like with the Serenity cult. I tried watching Firefly. Couldn't get through an
I
episode.
didn't like the movie. I thought it was awful because I had no context for anything.
That's
All the
why-
characters didn't mean anything to me.
That's why I liked it.
Yeah.
Was because there was no context.
You-
No, I liked it because it was just it was a standalone movie. I didn't have to.
You're a mad man. You're in a place. You are a surreal meme walking around all over the place.
What was that? That one I sent you, that surreal one about the hot dog. The guy. he's like-
I'll look this one up.
yeah. We.
I'll get us both on.
I find weird things sometimes.
Sometimes, all the time, and you send them to me, because apparently you think you're like trying to liberate me from a boring life.
Well,
me, I promise not to turn into a hot dog and travel across the universe tonight. Me at 3 a.m. It's a picture of a face on a hot dog, and it says feck.
feck.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it happens.
this is what it is.
See, that's he's saying feck.
Here, I'll back it up.
It's funny. Feck. God damn it. I want to talk about a couple of movies that are coming out. And to do that,
You know, while you're looking that up, I got to tell you what I watched a little bit this past weekend. Or my roommate had it on. Actually, it's just... So with the new job, my head is filled with shit. It was earlier this week. I come home, my roommate Brian, he's sitting on the couch, and he has fucking Predator 2 on. It's a bad movie.
Fuck
Predator
off.
2 is a bad fucking movie.
no, it's an awesomely bad movie.
Dude, the Predator knows all these words in English. Like,
yeah.
come on,
Well, they've been
man.
coming here for a while.
That's true. By the ending, that had like the 1715
They've been here.
blunderbuss or whatever.
They've been here for a while. And they had the tease with the alien skull.
You know what? Yeah, that's true. The only thing that was good about it, well, there was multiple things that were good about the movie. It's not a good
Bill
movie
Paxton.
overall. The ending was awesome. How all of a sudden they all appeared and they let him go in an honorable way.
Because he proved himself.
He killed the Predator.
Yep.
But that Predator was like the most worthless Predator on planet Earth, or on any planet. On any planet.
Phrasing.
Yeah, it was, he kept, numerous times he let Danny Glover grab his little fucking throwing star thing and kill him with it.
Oh, yeah.
That Predator wanted to fucking die by
He was tired.
suicide by Clinton. if you know
Suicide.
what I
No,
mean.
suicide by Glover.
Yeah, by Glover. Yeah.
The lethal weapon suicide he was going for. He was just in the wrong movie.
So what movies are you looking up?
That's what I was looking up right now.
What,
to see-
Predator 2? You were looking that up?
No, I like the way you talk, though.
That, you showed me a trailer before we got in here. It was for that Matthew McConaughey,
The Discovery.
The Discovery. That was...
No, not The
That
Discovery.
wasn't The Discovery. That's another one. Well,
Serenity. Serenity is what it's called.
Okay. That looked good.
Yeah, he's like just a fisherman dude, and ex-crazy ass girlfriend comes over and says, my husband's a dick. He beats me all the time. I need you to get rid of him. And so it's all about the shit that happens. It's a tired concept because we've seen it a million times. Just check out Body Heat. It's an old movie from the
I've never
80s.
seen that one.
Yeah, Bill Hurt.
Bill Hurt.
It's in that one.
William Hurt.
And someone else. Did you ever see the movie Boxing Helena? Speaking of digression.
Well, hold on a second before we do that. So this movie looks fucked up weird, though, in a way where it looks like everyone's against Matthew McConaughey and he's losing his fucking mind.
Yeah, and you
It's
just don't
not
know
just
what's going
kill
on.
my
but
husband
It
thing.
looks
Anyway,
good.
So what? The boxing something?
Boxing Helena.
No.
It's a twist of a movie from the 80s, late 80s,
Hold on
early
a second.
90s.
Let me ask you this. Do you think I've seen Boxing Helena?
Do you think you should have seen it by now?
No.
Do I think you did?
I'm going to put us both on. We do this all the time. We do this off camera. We do this on camera. You ask me all these movies. Yeah, have you seen this? Or some obscure movie
It's
from the 70s
a courteous
or the
thing
80s.
to do.
I know. But
It'd be a dick move for me just to
here's-
assume,
you know-
even though I fucking know you probably haven't, because you have no
my
fucking
res-
culture to your name.
My response
But-
is always going to be from now on, do you think I've seen that movie? So, go on.
No, I don't think you've seen that
okay.
movie.
So, Boxing Helena.
Anyway, it's about this guy this doctor, Sands, Jeremy Sands, I think that's his name. Anyway, I'll remember his name in a minute, but he plays Julian Sands. That's his name. He's this like doctor dude. They never really get into. He's like a genetics fucking big, like the important kind of surgeon dude who like sews
Like
hearts
brains?
and shit and brains.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he's infatuated with this one chick, right? I think she's either a nurse or something like that. It's been a long time since I've seen it, and it was the 80s. But she rebuffs his advances, and then one day she happens to get in a car accident, right outside his house, and so he brings her into his house.
Fuck, this is like Misery. Here we
And
go.
he when she wakes up, her legs are gone. And he said that she lost them in the accident, and she's like, well, why am I not in a hospital? Why am I here in your house? He goes, I'm just trying to help you, blah blah blah. And then she starts slapping him and hitting him, and then he puts her out with like formaldehyde or whatever the fuck it is again, and then she wakes up and her arms are gone, and she's just like basically a torso. And then that's when it really gets psychologically weird, because now
Holy fuck.
she starts really
That's fucked up.
just her spite and malice comes out and she just starts going at him verbally, and
because that's her only way to get him.
She is dick shrinking with every acerbic comment.
What a fucked up movie.
Yeah. Boxing Helena.
Did it have a good ending?
It's well, come on. How good is that ending? I think her boyfriend or husband.
Wouldn't it be bobbing Helena? Because now she's just kind of like a bobber.
It could be. Yeah.
It'd be bobbing
I'll
Helena.
talk to the producer, see if they'll rename the movie.
They're probably dead.
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
Julian Sands, is he still alive? Didn't he play the Warlock? In Warlock?
Movie Warlock. Was that a late 80s, early 90s movie?
Wasn't that Julian Sands as well?
I have no idea. Well, I'll look it up.
Huh. I thought it was.
Tell him about the other one we saw.
The Cold Skin one?
No.
The Lighthouse?
No.
Okay.
The other one.
The Discovery? Where everyone's killing themselves?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's...
I knew we'd get there. I'm like, I can't remember it.
It's basically about... it's a Netflix movie or series. I'm not sure exactly which.
Yeah, we didn't really get if it was a series
with,
or not.
what's his name? Fuck. I just blanked on his name.
Feck.
Paul... the actor dude.
Well, there's an actor dude in it, sure. Should I look it up?
The Spy Games. He was in Spy Games. He was in The Way We Were. He was in other movies.
With other actors. No, I have no idea.
I mean,
No, don't look it up. Just go with it.
I'm blanking.
Go with it.
But anyway, he discovers scientific proof that there's an afterlife, and then suddenly everybody starts killing themselves, and then it just gets crazier and crazier from there.
That's all it would take. That there is an afterlife, and everybody would just start killing themselves.
Which
might actually
could be
true.
Win-win.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, no shit, especially in the world we're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what else was there. We talked about Serenity. There's Cold Skin, which looks really good.
Interesting.
About this guy who he goes out to this lighthouse, and well, I guess the neighbor at the other lighthouse is kind of a Kelsey Grammer, I think, and he's like, there's like these other creatures that look like fucking Voldemort's kids running around the island and shit, and I guess Kelsey Grammer has a relationship with one of them, but it's kind of an abusive relationship, and it looks interesting. But next thing you know, two lighthouse guys are fighting and stuff. And
it looked like there were some feral cold beans or whatever they were.
Yeah, the Voldemort son.
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's interesting.
Yeah,
but it's bizarre.
Like I said, oh yeah, check it out. I'm going through my thing, look at the what I've been looking at lately. Lockpicking.
Oh, nice. While we're on the movies, there's a new trailer apparently out for the Bohemian Rhapsody.
I saw that.
Fucking
Did you see that?
Over. I have not.
Yeah, I saw that last night, and it looks really, really, really good.
When's that shit come out? We got to go see that.
I don't know. There's another one. There's another one coming out called "I Still See You," where this thing happens on Earth, to where when people die, there's a thing that happens called the event, and when the event happens, well, what begins happening from there on is like people who have died. Suddenly you'll see them just like going through their lives, doing their thing. But then all of a sudden they just kind of, into this vapor. So they're not real. They're not substantial or tangible, but they're, so it's like another Sixth Sense type movie. It sort of strikes me as without M. Night stepping all over his dick.
Speaking of him, he's going to be stepping all over his dick in this new movie he's making.
Glass?
Yeah, Glass.
Whoa, listen to this. Listen to that tone in your voice.
I'm sorry, but when's the last good M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Well, The Event. The Happening. It's the foliage. You don't get around
We
the
reference that fucking...
groups.
that movie is so bad, we've referenced that almost every podcast. The foliage.
The foliage. Stay away from the foliage.
The foliage. It's trying to kill us because we're killing Mother Earth.
Yes, it's no. Well, that's just like The Village. I couldn't watch The Village just because it was so the concept was so transparent.
Yeah,
it's actually in a city.
It's in real modern day, and they made up this monster to keep these people in this village.
Which sounds legit.
All these movies need to have a twist, right?
Yeah, but Unbreakable was a good fucking movie.
It was not a good movie.
Fuck off.
It was not a horrible movie. It was mediocre.
It had Robin Wright Penn. That was her name at the time.
I don't give a fuck.
She was in it. And she played Bruce Willis's wife. He got to sleep with her. I want to be an actor. I don't think they have real sex, though, in movies. Some movies they do. Like they said that there may have been real sex in The Getaway with Alec Baldwin, and there may have been real sex in Last Tango in Paris. Of course, as of late, they come back and say that it wasn't. And they said that maybe Mickey Rourke had real sex too in 9.5 weeks. But I could be wrong. It happens.
You've been wrong in the past?
Once.
Just
it happened.
once?
Yeah.
That's it, huh?
Let's see. I'm trying to see what else we got coming out. There's a Glass. Yeah, Glass. We saw the teaser for that.
The HBO special, the Robin Williams trailer.
I haven't seen the trailer yet, but I want to
looks
see the.
really
I do want to
good,
see
yeah.
the documentary. I haven't seen the trailer for it yet.
It's getting rave reviews.
Rave.
Just
There's
rave.
going to be a rave. I missed out on
reviews.
raves. Raves, big wheels, and ball pits.
You would have been
right past me.
You would have been all over raves. I guarantee it.
Fuck yeah.
They were in my wheelhouse, but I never went to them. I was, I get those raid bosses in World of Warcraft aren't going to kill themselves.
Yep. And there's people who need help getting through one of those dungeons.
Yeah.
Like Dungeon Crawl. Fuck yeah.
Fucking A. Yeah.
There's another one coming out called Overlord. And that looks actually really good. It's World War II. These guys are they parachute. Their plane gets shot down, so they all jump out of the fucking plane and shit. And this one dude lands on an island and come to find out that there's this bunker there where they're doing these, the eugenic stuff that the Germans were supposedly working on, they were working on. Part of being the master race was their eugenics program, and that's where they just purify the race.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Well, they're actually working on because it was 1,000-year vision. I think it was something like that. Well, they're creating 1,000-year soldiers in this show, so it's like horror.
Interesting.
So yeah, you end up with it looks actually pretty interesting. At first, when
what's it called again? Sorry.
Overlord.
Overlord. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it looks.
That doesn't.
Yeah, see that second PyCon on the top.
Damn.
Yeah, he needs some fucking Clearasil, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think? Clearasil?
Oh, hold on. Let me get you centered there. Bactine.
Bactine, Aziz.
Bactine.
Let's see. I'm trying to. Yeah, the Bohemian Rhapsody. That looks really fucking great. I can't wait for that. Along Came the Devil. I made it halfway through the trailer.
Don't know what that is.
It's a paint by fucking numbers.
Oh, okay.
Devil movie. It's probably not even worthy of a download.
Lovely. Okay.
I think the last good horror movie I saw, because gorer, as I like to call them sometimes.
Yeah.
And this is just a reason to be gory. The last good one I saw with that was the Evil Dead. Pardon me, that came out a couple years ago.
Oh, the remake of it, what is a remake or a reboot?
Reimagining, yeah.
Okay.
But Raimi did a great fucking job because there's some chilling. Like the one thing that they showed in the trailers, especially the Red Band trailer, was a chick with the X-Acto knife.
Oh yeah,
just splitting her tongue. It's like, I mean, even I'm a hardened movie watcher. I've seen horror. I've experienced it and I've seen it. And so usually most things, whatever, that happened. But then I'm like, oh yeah, you can just feel cramps in your toes. They're curling so hard.
That's the worst part about watching Jackass, of all the stupid shit they did on that show. The one where they decided to do paper cuts on the webbings of their finger.
Yeah.
Because it's like this tangible pain that we all know, like that's...
And weren't they breaking out the lemon juice too?
I think so, and salt and all that other stupid shit.
It's like, no, that's a dick movie.
Oh my God.
There's a YouTube channel called Dust.
Okay.
They do sci-fi shorts. They do really awesome fucking sci-fi shorts.
It's called
Dust is the name of the channel, and it's phenomenal. I'm amazed.
Really?
I've watched a couple of their
as good as like the Blonde Camp, like CG. Excuse me, stuff, or is it more like
their
live
CG
action?
is fantastic, but their storytelling has depths similar to Blomkamp.
How'd you find this?
It just showed
the
up on my
rabbit
feed.
hole of YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you've seen my history.
Oh yeah.
You know what happens.
We've seen your history.
I had I told you about the patient zero thing.
Yes.
Where I thought it was really and
I think you said that on here.
I did.
Okay.
And no hope floated on that one. But Stanley Tucci is actually in that one. You know him.
Stanley Tucci?
Yeah, he's that guy towards the top.
Oh, I've seen Stanley Tucci before. Okay. Yeah.
Stanley Tucci is one of my favorite actors.
He was in Beethoven, that terrible dog movie, when I was a child.
He was in Beethoven. He was also in a movie with Randy Quaid and Kathleen Turner where they were like spies on vacation in New Orleans. And basically he's a mugger. And he calls himself Muerte, and basically you see him robbing tourists through the movies, and then he sees Randy Quaid walking the baby with a stroller, and he shows up in the alley, and Stanley Tucci's like, "I am muerte, I am the devil." He goes, and Randy Quaid's like, "No, wait a minute, you got me confused. Are you like the devil or are you death? Or are they both one and the same? Is this like a non sequitur? Where are we going with it?" And next thing you know, Randy Quaid, while he's holding the baby with his other hand, it was one of the umbrella strollers, beats the shit out of Stanley Tucci with the umbrella stroller while holding the baby. It's actually a pretty funny scene. It's a funny movie. It's a stupid movie. No redeeming qualities, but it's a very good movie that I can't remember the name of, but I know the actors for once.
It must be a real good movie.
No. How often do I?
That's true.
Usually it's like, no, it's got these people and they're doing this thing.
They were in this place and there was this setting and cameras.
And these things happened. And then, it's a good movie, but I wish I knew the title.
And magic.
Magic.
Ho.
Yeah, but this is all just CIA spook stuff. It's really good.
It's funny because it sounds like Randy Quaid really took all that to heart because he thinks everyone's trying to kill him and now he's living
Dennis Quaid. Sorry.
It's Dennis Quaid. So, remember that one time where you were bragging about how you remembered the actors? And then you didn't actually remember the
Well, hey, at least I actually can name actors in this one, whereas the other one's like, no, the guy, he was in that one movie with the other guy. Remember the tuna? They hit him with the tuna. It was just supposed to knock him out, but it killed him because the tuna was frozen. You never hit someone with a frozen tuna. It's always be wet and messy.
And moist.
Moist tuna. Is that a band name?
No, but
that's a band name who never really goes anywhere. They don't even get to hit the bar circuit.
The Moist Tuna.
No, just Moist Tuna, not the Moist Tuna. This is the '60s.
It's
like the Pink Floyd.
When I was growing up, there was a local band around here, and the guys were really talented. Like if they would have had a different fucking band name, they might have gone somewhere. There was a chance. But they decided to call their band Screaming Monkey Boner. It was the dumbest fucking name. It was. Come on, you're not going to go anywhere with that. Well, later, as they grew up and realized it's fucking dumb, they called it Screaming Mechanical Brain, which is better. But I'm like, you might want to just
they're staying with the SMB aspect.
Yeah, exactly, because I think they had shirts and shit. But you're not going to go anywhere named Screaming Monkey Boner. I mean, but look at the Butthole Surfers.
That's fucking. They're
weird.
the exception to the rule, right?
They're probably the only one. I'm trying to think. Five Finger Death Punch is just a terrible name for a band. That's another one. I don't know how they got big.
Yeah, they got big.
Yeah.
So did you hear about the guy driving the truck with it's a big dump truck and goes over railroad tracks and big boulder flops out and I guess hits a car, kills a mom and a daughter. Yeah, it was. It was in Minnesota. It happened here in Minnesota.
But how did you get to this?
Oh, because I was just going through looking for the different trailers and see the Rock and the Dude. That's the thing that's happened.
That's quite a digression.
Well, it's my brain.
Your meds wore off.
No, my meds kicked in.
All right.
Let's see. Unfriended is another one that's coming up. That it's a sequel to the original Unfriended. So
this is a horror movie.
Unfriended Dark Web. I just want a fucking sequel to come out and like be the same thing. Dark Web, The Reckoning. I just want to be The Reckoning. From now on, every sequel should be The Reckoning.
Still, in the video game world, the most ridiculous sequel is Final Fantasy. It's called fucking Final Fantasy, but yet there are 20 of them. And then in the movie world...
Wait, there's 20 fucking Final Fantasies?
Yeah, 20 fucking, yeah. And then in
20 fucking. That's a band name.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. In the movie world, it was Final Destination. Final Destination, and there were 10 of them or whatever.
7?
No, whatever. It's not a Final Destination.
The thing is, you watch those, the Final Destination series, you watch those just because you want to see how many different ways are they going to fucking kill these people? And the way they wrapped did you see all of them?
No. I think I saw the first one.
Oh, pardon me. Oh, shit. You guys are boring, obviously. In the last one, they tied it around and brought you back to the beginning of the first movie. It was done very well.
I'll give them an A for effort there, then.
Yeah,
I mean that's good. At least they tried.
I would dare say just watch the first one and the last one. Because everything in between is like, it's just different ways to die. But when you look at Hellraiser, same thing. You got Hellraiser, and you got the first one, which kind of broke the mold for a lot of stuff, right? And then you got all these. The second one was okay because it kind of really stuck with the third, but then the third one is like a camera shoved, and he's a camera lens eye Hellraiser dude, and then the fourth one you had Hellraiser in space, and then I don't know, the other was Hellraiser meets Jason or some shit like this. I don't know.
There's always this thing, like all these bad horror movies want to go to space.
I know. Well, there's not a lot of horror in space, but obviously I haven't seen Predator or Aliens.
Yeah.
But
the only two that really mattered.
Right. But like with Hellraiser, the last one that came out was fucking awesome because it was a completely, they kind of took a page from Clive Barker finally.
Okay.
Because I don't know how much say he's had in the flotsam that has come before, short of the first one. But the last one really went back to just Clive Barker, because Clive Barker writes some of the best fucking horror I've ever read. I mean, it's soul-scarring, toe-curling fucking horror.
Well, there's a reason he's resonated with so many people. I mean, that's very common for people who read his shit. There's like he just has this way of doing it.
Well, yeah, he writes horror. I guess the best way I could describe it is he writes horror in a way that I think if that horror was to come to be, this is how it would happen.
Really?
I mean, he really
kind of realistic horror.
He is so awesome with getting the human condition, or actually capturing the human condition. Because like even one of the first books I ever read of his, the Books of Blood, and he had this one story called In the Hills of Cities, and it's just about these two gay guys, just driving their little Volkswagen through fucking Europe and stopping, just basically backpacking through Europe in a car. But they stopped at this little town, and a big celebration going on. It's like day 3 of the big celebration, or day 2, sorry. And so the town just embraces them, and they're partying with everybody, and everyone's having a good time, and blah, 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 blah. Next morning they wake up and the whole fucking town's empty, and they're like, what the fuck, and they hear all this commotion, in this one direction. So they head over there, and there's this vast open field, right? And across the way you could see this other village, town, whatever you want to call it. But over by that town and right here by ours, you see these giants. But as you get closer to these giants, you see these giants are made from the townspeople. So the townspeople will arrange these pulleys, and they tie themselves together and form this big giant. And then basically these giants lumber towards each other and smash into each other. And then it's basically you win by attrition. So it's
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a fucked up. Because I remember when I realized what was going on, it was just like, oh fuck!
They're just two towns fighting each other.
Yeah, but they've been doing this they do this every 100 years. It's how they keep the population in check and how they settle their differences.
That's a fucking cool idea. How do you come up with that?
I don't know.
Like if it's him, like what? It had to have been a dream or something.
Dude, when you read like the Books of Blood, he's got the Jabberwocky, or not Jabberwocky, Jack, Rawhead Rex.
Rawhead Rex.
Yeah, which was made into a movie, a very bad but culty movie.
Okay, go. What's it about?
Rawhead Rex is just about this farmer. He's out doing his thing, doing farming things, and he's clearing out his field, and he turns over this rock, and there's this like hole way down deep, and we'll come to find out that's where Rawhead Rex, who's kind of a demon, like a first level demon type deal. Well, I guess he got out a while back, and a few hundred years ago, they put him in this hole and put the rock in front of it, and the rock said, "Don't move me, death," and blah blah blah. And so the farmer moves it though, because that's what farmer in horror movies do.
You got to pick rocks.
Yeah, so he picks a rock, and Rawhead Rex comes out and just basically eats half the village before someone figures out how to put him back in the hole. And I saw the movie. I watched the movie because it was one of those. Can they do this? Because I've read the short story, and you read the short story. I mean, it's a lot more graphic. Like, Rawhead Rex goes into he goes into the church or into the church rectory and fucking masturbates into the fireplace and shit. And he's casting spells and it just
Was he like human form?
Well, he was bipedal at best.
Okay.
Yeah. Humanoid.
Rawhead Rex.
Right. So in the movie, of course, there's some stuff they had to cut out from the story,
Yeah, you can't beat off. You can't beat off into washing dishes. Yeah, you can't do that.
And then another one that from the Books of Blood was Midnight Meat Train, which we've talked about that.
Yeah.
And that got made into a movie. And somehow, I mean, the movie did not do that well, per se.
Well, its name is Midnight Meat Train.
Yeah.
Generally, people aren't going to go watch
but you know
that.
what? I think that's okay because they did it was a beautiful job of story to movie. I mean, because they kept everything, even some of the descriptive shit that Barker had in the book, like when this guy gets hit with this silver meat hammer thing, because that's what it is. He's a giant meat tenderizer is what the Midnight Meat Train dude uses to crush skulls and shit. But at one point when he hits this dude in the book, he talked about when this dude gets hit in the head and his eye just kind of flies. He gets hit so hard his eye just pops out and just flies across the room. And in the movie, they had that descriptive. I mean, it was just tight because it was like almost 3D. It comes right at the camera.
Oh, nice.
And shit. Yeah,
nice.
And that was a young Bradley Cooper in that one.
No kidding.
And Vinnie Jones as the Maniac.
I'm guessing neither of them would do that movie again. I mean, it's a career starter.
No,
for them,
you know what? I wouldn't. It's not a bad movie
maybe
at
they were
all.
Barker fans
I mean,
too. You never know.
I mean, it's a beautiful movie.
Is it shot as a comedy?
No,
it's real.
It's very real, but it's shot in such a way. It's a beautiful movie, for lack of a more colorful metaphor.
Nice.
Yeah, just the way the coloring, the way it's shot, it's awesome. It's just beautiful. Just because the music and the way they set the tone and the way they did everything, it was just really done well. But like I said, it's not for everybody. I mean, it definitely wasn't mainstream horror, but it definitely has a cult following.
Nice.
Now, The Lord of Illusions is another story altogether because that had Scott Bakula.
Oh, from Quantum Leap. Yeah.
Yes. And that movie was for lack of a more colorful term, we'll call it a festering turd of a movie.
Okay, got it.
I watched it once just because I have a mission in my life to see all of Clive Barker's movies, regardless of how good or bad.
Got it.
Speaking of I'm sorry, I'm just hogging.
No, go for it.
Here.
No, I was going to wrap us up soon because we're starting to get there. And you love Clive Barker.
I love me some Clive Barker. I also love me some. Shit. Come on. Fuck. I hate this getting old stuff because things like fall off the shelf of my mind.
While you're thinking about that, Nate Throne typed in my brand, or I think he means band. My band name would be Steel Toe Gym Sock.
Now that is a good fucking band.
Great.
That's going in the fake band name
list.
list.
That's fucking great. Absolutely gold.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Steel Toe Gym Sock. I like it.
Fuck yeah. One of the members have to be named Donnie.
Or it could even be the Steel Toe Gym Socks. Would also work.
I'm noted. Oh,
that's fucking great.
Come on. Thin Red Line.
Malick.
Thank you. Terrence Malick. I started watching The New World with
you
with
like that?
Codpiece dude.
Colin
Farrell.
Farrell.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some questions.
I got about halfway through it, and then Brenda came home, and so I stopped it, and we just kind of visitated and
She's
stuff.
not a big Malick fan.
Well, no. I think she's not a big period movie fan.
Okay, got it. That's cool.
That's not her thing for the most part.
I can respect that.
Like she did like Knight's Tale.
That's different, though.
That's a very historical.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Real historic. Yeah.
Knights and David Bowie and stuff.
Yeah. David Bowie and stuff. Shit, they even played Queen in that. It was funny. The music they chose for that movie.
Did you like the movie?
Actually, I didn't mind it because I went in thinking this is going to suck. But the speeches that guy gives before all the battles are
the
fucking
Barker.
Legendary. Yeah, those are really, really great.
Naked dude, right?
Yeah, I forget his fucking name.
Yeah, because he's also in... no, he's not in Serenity. The dude who was always beating him up.
I forget
the Squire. He was in it. He's the one who gets speared by the ship crashes and he gets killed.
I do not remember that.
And that
pot.
fucked a lot of people.
I don't remember that pot.
Serenity people didn't like that shit.
Fuck the Serenity people.
You fuck the Serenity people.
I'm not gonna. They don't shower.
Serenity doesn't shower? The
Serenity people. Not Serenity the person. Serenity the people.
Doesn't Serenity sound like a stripper name?
You said that to her, and let me tell you, she was real fucking happy to hear that. I have a friend named Serenity. She's married to my friend Ben as well.
Who's married to Serenity. And the first time what was I doing? We were playing World of Warcraft.
That's funny how that works. I don't always play World of Warcraft, by the way. I don't.
All the time.
I take like a year off. Anyway, I was playing World of Warcraft at the time. This isn't helping my case. Talking to Serenity on the phone.
No, she was there. We were all connected up on speakerphone.
That's what it was. Yeah, she was there talking, and
I heard someone. I'm like, "Who's that?"
Like, that's Serenity. And you said to her,
"That's not your birth name."
That's not your birth name. And yeah,
she goes, "Yeah." I said, "This sounds like a stripper name. Are you a stripper?" She wasn't. I don't ever take my advice or follow in my footsteps as far as how to talk to women or pretty much any social etiquettes at all. Just don't. I get away with a lot of things. I don't know how. I don't.
Well, I think it's just kind of like, oh, that's just JP.
That's just JP.
That's just what
he does that.
He does these things.
He's a dog. So,
No, but if anybody who gets to know you just like realize like why does he do those things? Like that's just who he is. But he's not like that. That's not who he is. Well,
but that's a dichotomy.
yeah, that's just it. Exactly. That's welcome to the storm. Here's your pamphlet.
That's a dichotomy.
And your
That's JP.
free cheese wheel.
Why is this pamphlet in Klingon?
Yeah, well, that's part of it.
That's part of it.
You're looking at it the wrong way.
Yes.
What?
You have to angle the paper down, get the light just right to the. Oh, it says "fuck off, you nosy prick."
Mm-hmm. Would you look at that?
I used to have a T-shirt that said, it had text, really, really, really tiny text. You had to get right up close to see it, and it said, "What are you looking at, you nosy little fucker?"
Nice. I like it. Why did you get rid of it?
I still have it somewhere.
You kept it.
I just remembered a work story from a long time ago.
Okay, we're going to end on this then because we're starting to run late here.
Yeah, that'll. Yeah, we can end on this. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. That's how I roll. So anyway, we had this one girl who'd started, and she was going to help a couple of salesmen who were working there then. I'm not naming departments, nor am I naming salesmen. And she right away, I knew she wasn't going to last. Mm-hmm. I knew because when the first day, what we do is when people come to to come to work with us, the first day they do what's called a cookie walk. So they have to make cookies. That's the thing. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. They're like, just go as fucking Chips Ahoy. No. You're supposed to make the fucking cookies. It's like Van Halen's concert writer. They said, take the brown M&Ms out. There was a reason that they wanted to make sure you read the fucking writer. So anyway, she comes in and she had these cub cookies. And they were all perfectly round. Every fucking cookie. Same size, same fucking circular shape. And she said she made them. She stayed up all night making them. I'm looking at these going, you didn't fucking make these? And I'm like, you are not going to last. I'm like, you're going to be here less than 2 weeks. I'd say between a week and 2 weeks. And so that next Monday, I'm sorry. What am I saying? Monday. That's giving her the benefit of the doubt. This was a Tuesday morning. She's sitting in the office with her sales guys. And this is derivative because they told me about this. And she's sitting there and she's like, playing with her hair, right? And she goes, she's picking at something in her hair and she goes, oh, gross. I think I still have cum in my hair. And she hardly knows these guys, and I think she was gone a week later.
What the fuck?
I know. I think I still have cum in my hair. It's like.
She said that out loud?
Yeah.
Have I met this person?
No.
Okay. All right. God
no, she wasn't
damn.
there. She wasn't there long. This was before you.
Not that it wasn't my cum, but it was. What the hell? Why would you say that out loud?
Glad you clarified that.
Yeah,
Why would you say that out loud?
I don't know.
I mean, did you ever think there'd come a time in your life where you just say,
not my
that's
cum.
not my cum? That'd be a game show.
That'd be something Clinton says. Yeah.
No, that'd be a game show.
What?
That's not my cum.
What?
No, the audience has to scream it out before the show.
That's right.
That's not my cum.
Hopefully it's not on Nickelodeon. Otherwise, what are they going to be dumping on your head? It's not going to be that green slime. Or
How do you know?
Gack.
How do you know there wasn't any extra stuff in that green slime? Maybe Slimer made it.
All right, John. I'm going to center it on you. Give us a sponsor and some closing remarks.
Our sponsor this week,
Fuck's sake, yeah.
is Rickety Rick's Roof Racks.
Rickety Rick's
Roof
Racks. What do they do at Rickety Rick's?
We make roof racks and nothing else. That's their motto.
Because their roof racks are so
rickety
that that's the only thing they can really wrap their minds around.
That's the only thing that they've been actually allowed to make. They can't make anything else because they don't make good things aside from Rickety
So you'd say
Rick's Roof Racks.
They're a little bit restrained.
They are restrained, but they're a little loose when you don't expect it to.
Oh, okay.
So you could have a fully loaded Rickety Rick's Roof Rack.
I think it goes without saying they've been bought out by Pietrish.
Well, yeah, Pietrish has just absorbed them. They're like kind of like a symbiotic relationship, but it's a one-way symbiotic relationship where Pietrish just eats them.
Well, if I need a rickety roof rack, I'll make sure to go to
Rickety Rick's.
Rickety Rick's.
RicketyRicksRoofRacks.com.
Okay. Well, thank you for sponsoring the show.
Yes.
I mean, we really appreciate all the sponsors we get here. And Pietrish has been a great partner with us. And
yeah, Pietrish is great. The game Everybody Has Cancer isn't selling too well as they'd hoped. In fact, they've sold 4.
Yeah.
Total.
And their new game, well, I mean, it's been out for cultural appropriation, which is really not doing well.
It's not doing well.
I mean, it was great. Like, you go to look at the back of the box and it says it contains all these things. It contains like a Native American feather, random dot colors.
Yep.
Like other stereotypical things that I probably shouldn't say out
You
loud
almost
that I
went there.
almost
You
did.
almost
did.
there.
Almost did. Like a white guy rapping.
Yeah, but that game, it's not doing as well. So that being said, they've shelved the Me Too game.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because they weren't sure if they wanted to have one victim and all these oppressors, or one oppressor and all these victims, and then it just kept...
Their games department's kind of taken a hit. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets absorbed and just moved around. But, I mean, Kevin Spacey, 7 Days to Save the World, that didn't work out either. It was a good game idea, though.
It was a great game idea.
Yeah.
But I think they're moving all of their gaming industry into meat now.
Oh. Well, that's a good place for that to go.
Yeah.
It's a good place for that to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah,
we hope you were scared, confused, and a little bit warm.
Yeah, kind of warm, moist, like when you shart.
All right,
that shart feeling.
That's great. Well, we're gonna leave now before people shart.
Yeah,
we
don't want any sharting.
We want to keep you from your bacon strip you are currently forming inside of your undergarment.
I like to call them racing tracks.
I like it.
Racing strip.
Ladies and gentlemen,
burnt rubber.
Have a good night. There's a dog pooping.
Try this at home, kids.